Frank again. So today we're going to be talking about building a cloud-based weather messaging service using Python, Twilio, and PythonAnywhere. So what this means is actually, so we will have a dedicated personal Python service. It's going to send us the SMS with current weather data to your phone. So you might be wondering why a Python service for sending weather data. So because nowadays you can pretty much like check from your mobile phone or from your laptop, how the weather is gonna look like. But the whole point here is being remindful. So if you're a person like me, I am a quite forgetful person. So every time I woke up in the morning and before going outside, and I always forgot to check the weather. Maybe I wanted to check the weather, but I always forgot. So this is kind of a problem for me, right? And sometimes, it's actually raining or it's gonna rain. So because I forgot to bring an umbrella with me, so because of that, I might have a cold or not. Sometimes really got washed out because I don't have an umbrella with me, right? So the whole point here is we will build a Python service. It's gonna send us a SMS telling us whether we need a umbrella or not, and or maybe sky is clear, it's sunny day, so we don't need an umbrella. So it's especially important when you live in a place where the weather is really dreading and you don't really know when it's gonna be sunny or not, and it's raining for the most of the times. So you really want to understand when it's a good time to carry an umbrella before going outside. So with that being said, so let's get started. So it's gonna be very exciting today. We'll build a service telling us whether we should carry umbrella or not. Right? Okay. Good. So we do have some prerequisites to fulfill for this specific mission, and so we will need a Twilio account. So I do have a tutorial on that, how to use Twilio, Python API sending SMS. And we also need a PythonAnywhere account. So while PythonAnywhere is a cloud Python IDE specifically designed for Python. So you can write your Python script from PythonAnywhere and host your Python application from right away from PythonAnywhere. So it's everything Python related. So as you can see from the name, so if you don't use a Python, don't use a site. That's the whole point here. But I've been using PythonAnywhere for a year and a half now. I really enjoyed. So I think this is also a good time for giving some credits to PythonAnywhere. So PythonAnywhere is gonna be the place where we schedule our Python task. So at a specific time. Okay. Good. And thirdly, we're gonna need the OpenWeatherMap account, and we also need an API key. From OpenWeatherMap. So what OpenWeatherMap does is OpenWeatherMap offers a free API service. So with that API service, we can retrieve weather data for free using a HTTP request. So that's why we need an OpenWeather account. Okay, and now, so how this whole thing works is like, so it's like we have a Python script that is scheduled on PythonAnywhere on the cloud. So maybe we schedule a task at 6 o'clock in the morning. So maybe it's my routine, right? So I wake up at 6 o'clock every morning. I want to check the weather. So every day at 6 o'clock, so our Python script on the cloud is gonna make an API call to OpenWeatherMap to fetch the weather data back, and then our Python script is gonna send a request to Twilio. So Twilio again is gonna send us the SMS with that weather info to our mobile phone, right? So then we can receive this kind of data every day in the morning, right to our mobile phone. So we won't forget to check the weather or not, because we won't forget, because we're always gonna get a message, right? So with that being said, without any further ado, let's get started. So we do have two dependencies to install. So we will need Pyowm, which is a Python wrapper specifically for OpenWeatherMap. So in that way, we don't have to messing around with the API call or whatever. So in that way we could have a more Pythonic interface to work with open weather API. Yeah. So we also need a Twilio, because we need a Twilio REST client, Python client, to send a HTTP request to send our SMS to our phone. Yeah. So with that being said, so let me go ahead and get started. Yeah. So for coding, so I'm going to use PyCharm today. So this is a Python IDE, so you can use whatever text editor you're using. This is the first time I use PyCharm in my YouTube video, so it's definitely not going to be the last time. Yeah. So with that being said, so let's now head over to get the three things here. Yeah. So you should head over to pythonanywhere.com and go for signing up for an account. And after signing an account, you can simply, because I logged in here, so you have to sign up for an account for Python Anywhere. So after signing up, you can log in. So I'm gonna log into Python Anywhere. Good. So we'll also need the open weather map. Yeah. So also sign up for an account. Yeah. So I already had an account, so I'm gonna go ahead to sign in. Okay, good. So now we can get started with coding today. Yeah. So like I said, we need Pyowm and Twilio. Yeah. Okay. So let's go ahead to install. So could say pip install Pyowm Twilio. I actually already installed, so I'm gonna go ahead to close the terminal. So we need to import. So could say from Pyowm import OWM. Okay, now we have to instantiate an OWM object. So could say OWM equals OWM. Then we have to passing the API key here. Yeah. So then we have to go back to grab our open weather map API. Yeah. So go back to the browser, and when you sign in for the open weather map, it's gonna send you the API key in your email inbox. Yeah. But you can always, of course, log back in here to check your API key. So I'm gonna sign in. I already signed in. Yeah. Click API keys here. So I'm gonna copy this. Okay. Now we have a open weather map object. Yeah. So then we can construct a forecast object. So we can say forecast equals OWM dot weather at place. So PyOWM does have a lot of options for retrieving weather data. Yeah. So you can retrieve the weather data like getting weather forecast. So you have lots of ways to retrieve the data. So they have weather and places, weather at around coordinates, weather at coordinate as well. So for my purpose, I'm gonna just use a weather and place. So I'm living in Düsseldorf. So somewhere near Düsseldorf, and it's from Germany, right? So I'm gonna say Düsseldorf passing the country code. So it depends on where you live. For example, if you live in London, you're gonna say London GB, right? It's country code for United Kingdom. Yeah. But I'm living in Germany, so I'm gonna say somewhere near Düsseldorf. Düsseldorf DE, right? Okay, good. Now we construct a forecast object, and then we're gonna say weather equals forecast dot get weather. Okay, so we can print weather. So just make sure everything is working out. Good. Yeah. So you see here, it's a special weather object from Open Weather Map. Yeah. So you can see status clear sky. Yeah. So that's probably right because we do have a sunny day today. Okay. Perfect. Now, because we want to know specifically whether we need a umbrella or not. Yeah. So that means we have to figure out if it's gonna rain or if it's raining, right? So now, so let's go ahead to create a function here. Let's say diff. I'm gonna say umbrella not required. Required, right? So this is gonna say umbrella not required. So every time when this condition is true, which means I'm good to go without umbrella, right? So I don't need an umbrella. So I'm gonna say there is a special method for retrieve the rain data. Yeah. So whether if it's gonna rain or not. Yeah. So we could say rain equals weather dot get rain. Okay, perfect, right? And this is gonna return a dictionary. So let me print this. Print rain. Good. And I'm gonna say main equals name equals main. I'm gonna print the umbrella required. So it returns a dictionary, but as you see, it's currently nothing. Yeah, it's an empty dictionary, which means this is specifically very important to understand. So this means there is no rain. Yeah, so it is not raining. So it is neither raining or it's gonna rain, right? So it's perfect. So we could figure out. So if we could say if len rain equals 0, it would say return. We could say return true, right? So because this is true, because the rain dictionary is empty, then umbrella not required is actually true, right? So we don't need an umbrella. Yeah. So let me show you another thing. We can also get the status of the weather. We could say status equals weather dot get status, right? And we can print the status as well. Yeah. So we can let me comment this out for now. So we can print. We can run this code. Okay, good. It says clear, right? So as you see, so every time if it's clear, it's gonna be sunny day or sky is clear, right? So okay, perfect. So we want to make sure every time either a rain dictionary is empty or the status of the weather is clear, then we're good to go, right? So we could say our status equals clear. Yeah, so we could say return true, which means we don't need umbrella. So umbrella not required. Yeah, but instead of doing this, I'm gonna doing something specific here. I'm gonna say status weather dot get status dot lower because I wanna convert this to all lower cases to just to compare. So I'm also strip. So because I do not want any spaces, and I want this to all be in lowercase. Yeah, just to be consistent with comparison. So I'm gonna say small clear. So I want to say if the rain dictionary is empty or status is clear, I'm gonna say return true. Okay, good. So umbrella not required. Okay, good, perfect. And now, so with that being said, we do have like everything set up with Open Weather Map. So now let's actually send a message. So the message is gonna tell us whether we need an umbrella or not, right? So then I'm gonna say def send weather SMS I'm gonna pass for now, and I want to show you another thing. So in my folder, as you see, I do have a credentials.py file. Yeah, so this is where I store my personal information, such as my Twilio API key and account ID, and also my phone number and my Twilio number. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead to import a few things here. So I'm gonna say from Twilio dot REST import client, yeah, because this is actually the Twilio RESTful client in order to send a HTTP request to Twilio. Okay, good. I would also need some variables, some credentials. I'm gonna say from credentials import Twilio, my Twilio phone number, and my account set, also my auth token. Yeah, I also need my own phone number, and what else I need? I need the Twilio number, account set, auth token, my phone number, right? Okay, these 4 things. Good. Okay, good. Now we're ready to send the SMS from Twilio again. So I'm gonna say def send weather SMS. I'm gonna say if umbrella not required. Yeah. So I'm gonna say first of all, let's create a client, Twilio client. I'm gonna say client, and this client is gonna taking a account set as a variable, and also we need a auth token. Yeah, good. Now we could say, so if umbrella not required, we could say client dot messages dot create, and this create is gonna take 3 parameters here. So I'm gonna say from underscore equals. So it's gonna from my Twilio number, right? Twilio, my Twilio number, yeah. So remember, you can have this my Twilio number from your Twilio console, yeah. So if you want to know how Twilio works, so you can check my Twilio tutorial, yeah. So how to send a SMS using Twilio as well, yeah. So I'm not gonna dive into much detail right now because that's all there in my video. Now I'm gonna say to my phone number. So it's my phone number, right? I'm gonna say body is actually the content. So I'm gonna use 3 quotations here. I'm gonna say so I'm gonna say so hey sky is clear and you ain't need an umbrella. Good. Okay, good. Yeah. So this is the message that we're sending, right? And another important thing is sometimes the open weather API is just not gonna work. Yeah. So you want to make sure your service is actually running. Yeah. So we want to check. So every time when we send the weather data, we want to check if open weather map API is running or down. Yeah. So we could say if OWM dot is API online. So we only do the following when the open weather map API is running. So it's running, we're gonna say, hey, sky is clear and you don't need an umbrella. Yeah. So I'm gonna say else, I'm gonna copy this and paste it here. So I'm gonna say, hey, hey, weather service not available, and check it out by yourself. Good. By yourself. Good. And we need a parentheses here. Good. So, hey, weather service not available, and check it out by yourself. Then, sometimes it might be enough. So it might be not enough. So you might want to know other weather data. Yeah. So it's not just about being sky is clear or it's gonna rain or not. Yeah. So you could say weather details. Good. Yeah. So we can give some details here. We can say maybe you want to know the humidity, and we also want to know the temperature. Yeah. Temperature. Good. Humidity, temperature. Right. Maybe we also want to know the, maybe just for now, humidity and temperature. Okay, good. Now, so let me show you guys how to get the humidity and temperature as well. Okay, we could say temperature equals weather dot get temperature. So here you're gonna pass, the measurement. So it's gonna be Fahrenheit or Celsius, right? So because I'm working with Celsius, so if you're from the United States or some other countries using Fahrenheit, you can pass in the Fahrenheit as a parameter here. Yeah, but I'm gonna use Celsius. Good. Also humidity as well. Humidity equals weather dot get humidity as well. Yeah. So now we can print. So let's have a look. Temperature and humidity. Okay, good. So as you see, temperature returns a dictionary with the current temperature and the maximum temperature in that day, and also the minimum temperature during that day. Yeah, good. So, and 51 is actually a percentage. So it's like 51% humid during that day. Yeah. So in order to grab the current temperature, so we will need to pass in the key indexing here. So I'm going to say temp. So run that again. Good. So now you see it's 16, 19, and 51 as humidity. Good. So now we can actually, let me copy this, cut this, and paste it here. Yeah, good. So get rid of this. We don't need that. Good. Okay, now, so we can use the f string to inject the variable here. We could say humidity is actually humidity. It's a percentage. And I also need the temperature. So it's going to be temperature, and it's Celsius. It's not a Fahrenheit. Yeah, just to be clear. Good. So sky is clear, you need an umbrella, weather details, humidity, and temperature. Good. Otherwise, the service is not available, and check out by yourself. Yeah, good. So now, let me go back here, just go through everything we did here. Basically, we construct a OWM object to send HTTP request to open weather map, and we have a forecast object here and to get the weather data. Yeah. Then we define a function here that will check whether an umbrella is required or not. Yeah. So we define here when the ring dictionary is empty and the status is clear, then we see return true, which means we don't need a umbrella during that day. And also we send weather SMS. We instantiate a client, Twilio client, to send SMS. Yeah. And we also want to check if the open weather map service is running or not. So if it's running, we're going to check if the umbrella not required is true or not. They're going to send the message, yeah, when the umbrella not required is condition is matched. And okay, good. So otherwise, we send the error message. So the service not available, and check it out by yourself. Okay, now, so let me go ahead actually send the message. We could say send weather SMS. Yeah, we can run this. And now let me put up my phone here just in order to demonstrate this is actually working, right? Good. So I'm gonna stream my phone to my laptop here. Okay, good. is currently nothing. So I'm gonna run the function now. So just in order this is working. Okay, now it's finished. So let's wait a few seconds. Hopefully this is gonna be arriving. Okay, perfect. You see, send from your Twilio trial account. Hey, sky is clear and you need an umbrella. Good. Weather details. Humidity, 51%. You see here. Temperature, 16.11 Celsius. Yeah, good. Perfect. Okay, now you have a full Python service that is dedicated to you and sending your weather data. Yeah, but as you can see here, currently we're running everything from our local machine. Yeah, so this is not kind of cool, right? So this is not cool. So you don't need you can't just like leave your machine running all the day and sending you a SMS. So it's not gonna work. So now let's use the amazing service PythonAnywhere here and to schedule our task, yeah, on the cloud. So let me check the guideline again. Okay, so now we're using the PythonAnywhere to schedule our task. Yeah, so good. So I'm gonna go ahead to go to my dashboard here. So just want to give you a nice little tour here. So we have a console here, so you can open a command line. Yeah, just like from your local machine, you can open a terminal or command line to open a bash console here. So tasks here, we can schedule tasks, and we'll get to that in a minute. And we also can go to dashboard. Yeah, so good. So now let's upload this code to PythonAnywhere and install the dependency. Yeah, okay. So now let's freeze the dependency we used, pip freeze requirements.txt. Good. Just making sure that we have everything we need in order to get started in PythonAnywhere. Good. Okay, now, so go to files and we are gonna open, so we're gonna maybe make a new directory. So we're gonna say weather, sorry, not a new file, new directory. We could say weather SMS service. Good. Click new directory. So this is gonna creating a specific dedicated directory for our code. Yeah. So now we can upload the file. So it's actually living under here. So PythonAnywhere doesn't support uploading several files at a time. Yeah. So we can just upload them one by one. Yeah. Good. So it's not gonna take long. And we're gonna upload the requirements.txt as well. Okay, perfect. Now we have everything we need. So let's head over to the console to install everything we need. So you will need a bash console, not a Python console or IPython or PyPy. Yeah. So you need a bash console. Click bash. So this is just like a Windows command line or Mac OS terminal. Yeah. So this is based on cloud. So we can check our current directory. So we're currently in the home directory. Yeah. So let me cd to weather. Good. Sorry, cd weather. Tab to auto. Good. Now we will use the. Let me go back to consoles again. So you can see here. So PythonAnywhere comes by default with different Python versions here. So we have Python 3.7, 3.6. So in this case, I'm going to use specifically Python 3.7 to install our dependencies. Yeah, so we could say pip 3.7 install, and so this is going to be a little bit different, like you normally would do. So here we're going to say dash user, and we're going to read that requirements.txt file to install our dependency. So in PythonAnywhere, when you install anything, so you got to specify a Python version. You got to say dash user in order this to work. Yeah. So pip 3.7 install dash user dash This is actually --r read. Okay, run this. So it's all required. It's already satisfied because I installed this dependency already. Yeah. So I'm gonna clear this. So now go back to our dashboard because we had everything we need. Okay, now perfect. Now let's open the file to run this file again. So make sure everything is working again, just like from our local environment here. Yeah. So we could open this app.py file. So I'm going to show you something occasional cases. Yeah. So it's not going to work out here. I'll tell you why. So I'm going to run this file. You see here, it's interesting. So we got a HTTP's connection pool. So max retries exceeded. Yeah. So we have a HTTP connection error. Yeah. So this is not supposed to work. So because like we have everything working here in our local directory, but now suddenly it's not working in PythonAnywhere. Yeah. So why is this? Because I did a little bit of digging here. I go to the help and I did search for Twilio. Yeah, they have a specific solution for this. So as the documentation from PythonAnywhere is that Twilio client has currently a bug, whereby it doesn't work behind a proxy server. Yeah, so we're gonna use a code here to fix this issue. Yeah, so let me go back to the file. So we're gonna import OS, and also we're gonna import the Python. We're gonna import the Twilio HTTP client. I'm gonna say Twilio dot http client import Twilio HTTP client. So let me check that if it's right. Okay, good. So I'm gonna just copy the entire thing here. Good. Okay, perfect. So from twilio.http client import Twilio HTTP client. Yeah. So we import OS. We have to access this HTTP's proxy environment variable, and we have to set the client. We have to add this proxy client to our Twilio REST client. Yeah. So I'm gonna say client equals client. I can't say it as token. I'm gonna say HTTP client equals proxy client. Is it a proxy client? Okay, good. So it's proxy client. Okay, perfect. Now we kind of fixed the issue now. So we can try to run this again. Hopefully it's gonna work. We do get an error here. Failed to establish a new connection. So let me go ahead to see if any error we have. Proxy client, is it? It's HTTP's OS.client. It's HTTP client equals proxy client. So let me save this. Maybe it's gonna work or not. I'm not sure. Run this again. Okay, perfect. It seems worked. So let's bring back our phone here. Okay, so I did get a message. So let me stream my phone here. Okay, sorry for the waiting, and good, perfect. As you see here, we did get the message. So now it's working. Everything is working, and so we can view the message again. So it says, "Hey, sky is clear. You need an umbrella, humidity and temperature." Okay, perfect. Okay, now everything is working. Yeah, finally we can. So everything is working as expected in PythonAnywhere. So now we can. Sorry, I used the wrong tab. So now everything is working here. So we could go ahead to schedule the task in PythonAnywhere. Yeah. So let's go to tasks. And by the way, we have to copy the path here. Yeah. So we could say we can copy this. We can go to the tasks again. Okay, perfect. Now we can create a new task. So we can. You see here, I do have a new task here because before doing the tutorial, I did a bit of practice. So I'm gonna delete this task for now. I'm gonna create a new task. So I'm gonna say Python 3.7 because I want to use specifically Python 3.7 to execute the task, right? So I'm gonna copy the path. I think I used the wrong path. So I'm gonna just type this out. I'm gonna say /home / my username frankdo995 / weather SMS service / app.py. Yeah, so let me go ahead check this again. So /home, my username, and my folder weather SMS service app.py. Good, perfect. Now we can create a task. But as you notice, the PythonAnywhere server is actually using UTC 0 time. Yeah. So as you can see, my time here is 9:21:30, and the server time from PythonAnywhere is 19:29. Yeah. So basically, I'm 2 hours behind the PythonAnywhere server time. So when you choose a task, you have to be specific. Like you have to do your own calculation conversion. So what's gonna be the server time that you should schedule a task in order to fit your own schedule, right? So for me, we can do a test now. Maybe I wanna just this to send in 5 minutes later. Yeah, maybe I wanna check if this is working right. So that is 21:36. I'm gonna say so. This is a server time. That's gonna be 19:38. Yeah, 38 is gonna be fine. So that's gonna be in 7 minutes. Yeah, so we can check this out. If this sends us the message, yeah, good. So I'm gonna click the create. Good. So now our task is scheduled. So I will pause the recording here. So when everything is done, so we can go back again to check whether we got the message or not. Okay, good, perfect. So I'm back now for the recording, and our task did send us the SMS telling us whether we need a umbrella or not. Yeah. So let me mirror my phone to Mac again. Okay, perfect. As you see here, we do have a message that is sent 3 minutes ago. So because we share task and 9:30, sorry 21:38, and we get a message now. It's always on time, and that was 21:38, and we got the message, and we can view the message again. So send from a Twilio trial account. Hey, sky is clear, and you don't need an umbrella. So weather details. humidity 51%, temperature 1558 Celsius. Yeah, as you see, this is actually slightly different from what we see from the result of our local run. Yeah, so this does say the Open Weather Map API is actually pretty accurate, about the weather data that is retrieved from them. Yeah. Okay. So I hope the video is useful again, and I hope you guys can enjoy the building your Python service sending weather data to your mobile phone. Yeah. Okay. Good. So thanks for watching again, and please consider subscribing to my channel. Okay. Good. Take care. Bye.